So Trump is looking to because they reinstituted federal executions, but one of the things that has hampered their ability to be able to execute people is that a lot of drug manufacturers that make the lethal injection drugs have decided not to provide the government with these lethal injection drugs. So it's become hard for states and the federal government to obtain the drugs, which have been found to be torture. Several cases have pointed this out. It has been hard for them to obtain the drugs, so there have been a few executions by electric chair this year. But they're wanting to reinstitute the firing squad. But let's listen to what this pastor has to say about the firing squad. Because Christianity isn't about not judging people, turning the other cheek, yada, 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 forgiveness. No. It's about bloodlust, because they're certainly not a blood cult.
Firing squad rule change fast-tracked.
Right. After the election.
After a major shakeup at the Pentagon.
Right.
But it
General Flynn pardoned today.
And it wasn't like this was put out there to make it look obvious. Like, hey, look what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It was like back buried.
On the day before Thanksgiving.
Ho, like, does this dude have a ponytail back there? Like, what's going on with his hair? Who parts their hair in the middle and then slicks it back like that? Like, what?
It was like
As if I have any room to comment on anybody else's looks. I mean, shit, look at me.
back buried.
On the day before Thanksgiving, when nobody's even paying attention to news except people like
Aw, thank you. I
So,
don't have much of it, to be honest with you. People pop into the stream and say, like, oh, you're covering your bald spot with a bandana. Yes, I am. I actually started wearing a bandana when I was shooting in college, doing videography, because it kept the sweat out of my face and it kept my hair out of my face. And then when I started doing stand-up, I sweat profusely on stage, so I started wearing the bandana. And I've just kind of adopted the look since then. Because it used to be the only time I would wear the bandana But as I've lost more and more of my hair, like, all right, we're good. I've got the Hulk Hogan thing going on, brother.
why this change, Rick? Why would they fast track this?
I'm not trying to be funny about it, but because they plan to shoot some people.
That would be the only explanation.
They're going to have a bunch of traitors. They're going to line them up against the wall and start shooting them. Because that's what they deserve.
That's what the law is.
The Democrats, the news media, if the leftists...
Oh, that's who the traitors are. The Democrats, the news media, the leftists. These people are violent. And boy, do they love to project. They think I'm violent just because I call them morons on the internet.
If scientists have been working secretly with the Chinese Communist Party, then line them up against the wall and shoot them. That's what you do with them.
How Christian is this motherfucker? I don't know about you guys, but that phone number's right there. You want to call it? 576 2116. See what we got here.
This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Thank you for calling. All representatives are currently engaged on other calls at this time. If you would like to leave your telephone number so that a representative may return your call, please press 1. Otherwise, remain on the line.
Yeah, I'm going to leave my
Thank you.
number.
Using the keys on your touch-tone telephone, please enter the phone number beginning with the area code where you would like to be reached.
917-830-4359.
Please confirm that the number we are to reach you at is
1-917-830-4359.
by pressing 1 now. If this number is incorrect, please press thank you. We will return your call shortly.
Yay! Representatives. Sounds like they're trying to take some money. Well, I mean, it does say partner with us. Support True News. I thought I was calling some sort of religious organization that would want to pray with me or some shit. Speaking of praying, did you guys know if you pray harder, we might get a second Trump administration? Hey, Gordon, what's going on? Big fan of Gordon Ramsay.
Question, is Trump going to win? I think that as
No! Trump already lost. Trump lost, you dumb motherfucker.
we pray, something happens. God responds. And when I ask the Lord, what should we do? Should we stop praying? Should we accept our defeat and move on to the next thing?
Now, I want to tell you, as he's doing this video on YouTube, if I have to, I'll bring up the verse from the Bible. But I'm pretty sure it's in red letters. Jesus said, as if Jesus was a real person, but in the Bible, in the story, Jesus said, when you pray, do it in private. Be not like the hypocrites who like to pray and proclaim on the street corner. I know that I just fucked it up, but it's something like that. Don't be like the hypocrites and get on YouTube and talk about praying. It's almost like these motherfuckers have never read the fucking Bible.
He says, absolutely not. Opposite. Pray, pray, pray. Pray without ceasing. Believe, have faith, trust. So that's what I'm getting from God. And so that gives me encouragement in my spirit, because if the Lord is saying that, that means it's not.
Kind of makes you think that it's not God saying this shit. It's just a little ironic that God's opinion matches up with your political opinion, right, dude? Jesus.
Done. You see, you understand me, saints? That means it's not done, because if it were done, then I think God would be telling me, you know what, just move on, or move on to the next thing. You've entered into a new season.
Also, he is clearly driving in movement in his car. This is a hallmark of the derpy derps. Pastor Todd Coconato. Coconato is a cool name.
Season, and everybody needs to be prepared for the persecution. Now, does that mean there won't be tough times ahead? No. Does that mean there won't be persecution? No. But what it means is simply this: he has not told me to stop praying. And
by persecution, he means people like me calling him a dumb fuck on Facebook and Twitter. Not necessarily me on Twitter, because they won't let me on Twitter. Had a dude the other day who was like, you're just angling for a blue check mark. I'm like, dude, they don't even let me on Twitter. I don't know what just happened in my bedroom, but one of the cats ran out. What'd you do, dude? Crazy shit going on in there.
because of that,
Maybe God tried to strike me down, but he missed. He was in there in the bedroom instead of getting me here on the computer. There's some kind of flashlight, wasn't there? Did you do it? He says he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe I should pray to God and find out. He's got catnip down there in the floor and he's rolling all in it. That is Socrates. I know Smokey is the star of this show because Socks doesn't get up on the desk because he's too fat to hop up here. One day I actually saw him try to hop up on the desk and he couldn't make it, and I felt so sorry for him, so I put him up here. He grabbed one of my hair ties and just fucking ran. It's like his favorite toy.
I believe that he's moving on our behalf in some way, shape, or form. And I believe that this is a war that we're going to have to pray this through until the very end here. But I do believe we're going to see God move on our behalf. And I think it's going to be such a miracle and sign and wonder. Now get this, because this is important. I believe it's going to be...
Are you guys listening? Because this is important. All right.
Such a miracle, sign, and wonder as this takes place that the people, that even the godless, even the atheists are going to look and say, wow, look at the God that they serve. Look at the God that they serve. Because people are going to say it was impossible. They're going to say there was no way. They're going to say, you know, absolutely not. It'll never happen. And
I am telling you right now on this video that is up on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all the different platforms we are on. I am telling you what you are saying is batshit crazy. It's never going to happen no matter how hard you pray. And you, my friend, are a fucking moron.
And then what God does when he moves, they're going to see and look and say, wow. And I believe it's going to bring people to salvation.
I will tell you, Todd Coconato. If Trump is still president on January the 21st, somehow massive fraud is uncovered and the election is overturned, I'll do it. I'll give my life over to God. I will agree. I will convert. You've got it, dude. You're on. A fucking men. One of the reasons why I don't, I lost a lot of my Facebook following a few years ago was because back in, God, it would have been like 2012, 2013. I was trying to convince my girlfriend one time that she went out to the bar and partied, and when she came back, like, some weird shit had happened, coincidences, and I was like, the universe is speaking to me. It's a God, blah, 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 blah. And I tried to convince her that I'd turn to Jesus, and I posted on Facebook that I'd given my life over to the Lord. Like I'm an eloquent writer, speaker when I want to be, when I'm not calling people dumb fucks. Really long post about how, you know, I'd been wrong for mocking religious people, yada, yada, yada. I didn't think anybody would actually believe me, but a bunch of people did. And I ran with it. I spent like weeks. I started doing these posts about like my life as a Christian. It's like, now I hate gay people. Really, really like mocking it. And eventually people picked up on it.